Welcome, everybody. Gosh, that was weird. I was like expecting to see Ashwin, and he's not there. It's just me today. Solo show tonight. Timberwolves beat the Jazz. Timberwolves beat the Jazz 101 to, what was the final score? It was 101 to 90. Man, Petty Machete. Great name. Fantastic name. Best depth in the league. So Knicks came in tonight and gave us life. That was kind of crazy. I should forget. I don't want to forget. If you're new here, like the stream, subscribe. We are on a crazy tear of subscribers lately, so I appreciate you all. I think we're up to, we're 738, 739. Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. But anyways, Charlie Barley, welcome back. How many double-digit W's do we have compared to the entire season last year? Yeah, seriously. Also, side note, I'm starting to just realize that, like, it doesn't really matter how bad the game starts for us. We're just gonna win. I mean, think of it. How many times have we started a game and you've gone on Twitter or gone to the Discord, shout out the Discord, and been like, okay, it's over, and it's like, oh, well, no, we just won by double digits. It's crazy. Mason, play-in champion member. Thank you for being a member. Although we won, this game was so blah, and that's what it's going to be. Unfortunately, we have a couple games coming up where it's like we play Jazz today, we play Charlotte on Saturday. So it's going to be crazy. Nah was A1. We will get to the tier list later for sure. Jared, Cam with the fresh cut. Yes, I forgot I had a haircut. There, I got some cut. No, I didn't watch. Was this a good Cat game? I think it's a pretty good Cat game. I mean, the stats are going to be very deceiving in both ways because he did struggle a little bit in the beginning, and he's still doing a lot more driving than shooting threes. But he had like 5 turnovers in the last 2 minutes that were all just like trolling. So like, don't pay attention to that. But it was generally a good game. And then Mason says it was a dominant Cat game. I don't know if it was dominant. I will say John Collins sucks. John Collins is not good. So we needed to take. I honestly was sitting there thinking we need to be taking more advantage of John Collins. Yes, Mason. Yeah, you're ahead of me. John Collins is not good, and we saw it the last time they played. Towns was dominating him last time too, so it was a good Towns game though. Trying not to be too much of a hater. Lil left broken arm or Lil foot broken arm, whatever I call you. We tried so hard to get a highlight at the end. Yeah, why was Rudy not ready for that lob? I felt like that was like a chance to have like a really good lob, and he was just like not about it, I guess. But I don't know. Interesting game. Yeah, John Collins is horrible. Catching up on comments. Rudy definitely here. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I mean, last year Walker Kessler looked pretty good. So it was kind of like we could have had that. I mean, I definitely uttered that statement last year. But Rudy looked way worse than he looks this year, and Kessler looked way better than he looks this year. So pretty insane. Cat treated John Collins like Gobert treated Chet. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's true. And unfortunately, these don't show up. But since you're a member, you get the Rudy Rumbles. Yes, Rudy Rumble. I love that name, by the way. Troy Brown Jr. definitely needs more minutes. Of course, 100%. Then sure I'll be Jaden. Nah, tonight. Sure it'll be Ant. Yeah. Nah has Gorilla Nuts. Rudy has another level tonight too. Honestly, Adam, I've been debating. I said this maybe last stream. I can't remember if I said this out loud or not. I think people are going to ridicule me for saying this, but I think it's maybe time to have a legitimate conversation about whether Rudy Gobert should be considered for MVP. If we go deep into the season and continue to be the 1 seed, I mean, of course, Ant is going to be the one that's considered and somewhat he's deserving of that. But watch when Rudy goes off the court. This team is different. He is literally our most valuable player. And if he's off the court, then it's a problem. So it's a crazy statement, and it won't happen because he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year. But I just feel like it's something that's somewhat legit. TMUSA broke Kessler, apparently. A1 for not. You need the sound bite. Oh yeah, the sound bite. Of course, it's kind of hard to do by myself. But the sound bite, it's deep on the list.
From start to finish. Gorilla Nuts.
I also need to make it louder. I'm so behind on all this stuff. June, welcome back to the stream. Also, tell me if I'm saying your name wrong. Second half of Rudy is every time very good. Yeah, second half Rudy is like he's a beast. I mean, the fist pumps mid game, he was like dunking and his legs were on top of the basket today. That was crazy. Comeback player too, maybe. I don't know. I mean, like I don't know if people are gonna maybe. Really, he could be considered for a lot of awards, I guess, but no hate. Okay, good. Arby's secured. So that does that mean tickets? I mean, they haven't done free tickets for a long time. They keep doing the $10 tickets, which is, I guess, nice. And I hear that Target Center is getting busier and busier. Insane. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do this. Let's see. Yeah, do they have? It's not free tickets though. I would imagine. Yes. Okay, June. I appreciate it. Thank you. Timberwolves Brazil is YouTube safe tonight, but you should use audio. So I should play the audio because well, it doesn't matter. I don't care if I get demonetized. June, my friend, I believe is in Philadelphia, doing some scouting on the 76ers. No. I don't know what he's doing actually. It's something like board game related. Okay, Gerald, I will definitely take a look at it. There was free games to the Pelicans game this year. That was it. Yeah. Actually, I forgot. I got offered like free tickets for a game, but I think I can only use it on my account. I would give them away, but I don't think I can. Anyways, yeah, I mean, just in general to recap the game, we started really bad. For those, Noah, if you're still here and you didn't see the beginning of the game or any of it, the beginning of the game was not fun. We were sitting in the Discord kind of like, oh, this sucks. Like we have many games this year, but we got better once we brought Daisha Nix into the second half. Things just changed, and we had energy. And once it got close, it was like, okay, Utah can't. Like you could see Utah in the first quarter being super comfortable with a 10-point, 12-point lead, and just like you have Kelly Olynyk out there like slinging threes. Once you give a team that much confidence, that's where it gets really bad. But then we tied it up and it changed everything. So now we're not a lot better. So yeah. I mean, after the second half, once the second half happened, though, it was a lot better. We're feeling pretty good. And really, it felt like we were kind of toying with them most of the second half because we had so many like weird. I mean, how many behind the back passes did Nickeil Alexander-Walker do tonight? That's like crazy. That's crazy. But yeah. So, anywho, do you make a ranking of your tier list for the most consistent players is? Yeah, see, we've always talked about doing something where it's like we have some kind of like thing where we can look back and see how well we've done, like where players are trending and all that stuff. It's just a lot of work because I actually have 2 jobs outside of this. And Ashwin's really busy with a lot of the stuff that he does. He's got like really tricky situations, so it's like he's busy all the time. He's in Philadelphia right now. It's crazy. But yeah. But speaking of the tier list, let's get into it right away today. Tier list is my friend and co-host today. All right. Well, as a reminder, for those of you that are new here, which most of you are regulars, and I appreciate that. But if you are new here, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and participate in the tier list. A1 is an unforgettably good game. Wancho is you took away from the team actively. Glenn Taylor is you took away from the team actively, and now it's been several games. And C and B is kind of average. So, or not average, but what we would expect out of a player. Somewhere in that realm. So we'll see. Anyways, let's go right into it. And I saw a comment from Sabrina, and this is who we're starting with. Shake Milton. Let me pull up numbers here too, because I don't have the numbers. I don't have the numbers pulled up. You guys are going to have to wait a second here. Sorry, this is the part of doing it on our own. Numbers, box score. Apparently has to load. There we go. Shake Milton played 20 minutes tonight. That's a lot of minutes for Shake Milton. Shake Milton, 2 of 7, felt like 2 of 14. He was a -6 He had 5 points. Shake is not good at basketball. I think that's not hard to come to that conclusion, but it's been really bad. And honestly, Mason, this is like maybe right. What are we expecting out of Shake now? I'm expecting this every night. So this is like not Wancho anymore. This is almost just like borderline C because this is what I expect out of him. It's crazy. But it's like I Shake to the G League. I mean, honestly. And yes, I appreciate you all saying hit the like button. I appreciate it. He might just have to stay in Glenn Taylor. That's true. That is true. He airballed another layup. It wasn't really a layup. It was like a 5-foot jump shot, which is like, what are you taking a jump shot from 5 feet away from? Maybe less, maybe 3 feet. That shot alone, but he did have some. He had like one layup there. I was like, how did you just make that? And you've struggled with everything else. I don't know. Crazy. Shake is Glenn Taylor. Next up, let's do. Maybe we should do Deshaun Nix. Where is he? There he is. Deshaun Nix, kind of solid. I mean, like his shot looked really bad, like um, appallingly bad. But like, what he shot 1 of 5, and 2 of them were just like clankers. Like they were not acceptable shots. But like he was the one that came in. Yeah, he was a +6. But it felt like he was like, I mean, the minute he came in, like he was clanking shots, but everybody else was suddenly just like so alive when he came into the game. Um, I borderline am kind of thinking B for him tonight, just because this, like, what do we expect from him? We expect him on the bench the whole game. You know, Godfrey, you're here. Is it really harsh? I think it's really fair. I mean, I guess like the only thing that I could say is based off of like how we grade it, and we say stuff like, "Oh, well, what did we expect?" But I don't know. Anyways, but welcome back, Godfrey, and it looks like you're a member as well. Appreciate that. You might have been gifted, but I appreciate it. Nix is a B for you as well, Petty Machete. I kind of think B. I kind of think B. This is the first game too. We won. It's in between B and C, I think. So, I mean, I think it's actually not between. I think it's a B. I think it's a solid B. But yeah, B for Knicks. And maybe I hope that we see him more. Really, what seeing Knicks in the game just made me be like, oh man, I really miss Baby Mac, and I want Baby Mac back as soon as possible, which is a crazy thing to say after some of the things he's done over the last couple seasons. Shake like activities from him. But yeah. Well, June, I see what you're saying. C 1 of 5, yeah, but like I I'm not expecting him to do anything. There was just so much momentum in that moment. It felt really good. But Shake D'Lo for the lob to Godzilla. I'll think about it. I'm not convinced at the moment. Shake is just so bad, man. Who let's do Kyle Anderson next. Kyle Anderson, solid today. I mean, I didn't really feel too much of a presence from out there. He did have that one random fast break. Fast break. I mean, that fast break was the slowest thing I've ever seen. Yet somehow they just allowed it to happen. Like, how do you get that type of a layup on that? It just doesn't make any sense. It's crazy. But I think it's what did he? I guess I should be saying the stats. I'm not saying the stats. He was 2 of 7. He had 4 points, 6 assists. Anderson is such an old man. C or D. Yeah, it might be D. He has not been as good, and he does not look as good as he has. See, am I back? What the heck just happened? Okay, I think I'm back. I don't know what just happened. Anyways, Kyle Anderson. Okay. uh, Kyle Anderson, I think, is a D. I think I'm going to do a D. I don't think it's good. Well, yeah, that was weird. I've never had my internet do that before. Super strange. Kyle Anderson didn't want me to grade him a D. Kyle is a crazy player. I don't know what he does have in his mind. Open threes. Yeah, the threes, man. The threes are so bad. So bad. Hideously. It was Anthony Hollis. I am on board. That's a crazy comment. Some people are saying Kyle's vision is off. Yeah, and that could be. He looks so hesitant. Like we already know that when he shoots threes, it's like that's normal slow-mo, but it's like half of that speed right now, and even more. It's just crazy. Does not look good. I think we're gonna go with a D tonight. Bad. Let's go to I guess Naz Reid. We should do Naz Reid. Naz Reid, 3 of 9 tonight. He had 6 points. He missed every 3-pointer he took, all 4 of them. Only had 2 fouls, 3 rebounds. This is also maybe a D game. That's kind of crazy. I'm being a hater. Is that crazy? I don't know. I just don't feel like this was a very good game from Naz. I mean, I guess what I'll say is when he was out there, I didn't necessarily feel like he was bad because I think, was out there as part of the run. But I was kind of hoping because like Towns had his 2 fouls early, so I was like, okay, Naz, please go off. And then Naz did not go off. Charlie says C. Defensive energy, Xavier says. D for Naz. He had room to step up. D, C. Oh, we're in between. Pretty in between. You know what we do when there's a tie? When there's a tie, we do go higher if we win. And we won. So maybe he's a C. I don't know. I struggle with putting him at C, though, just because like I do expect more out of him. He Naz Reided that dunk. I have no clue Naz did that bad. It didn't feel like it. See, Gerald, that's kind of what I'm saying right now, is that like it didn't feel bad, but like looking at these stats, like I certainly like if you were like, oh yeah, Naz had a great game. He had 6 points. Like it doesn't compute. There was good defensive energy. But man, I don't know. Kind of weird. Yeah, actually the big boy, I agree with this probably the most. Started a C, finished a D. I think that's accurate. I think I'm going to put him in D. It just wasn't, I don't know. It's enough to the point where it's bad. D and a loss. Oh, gosh. Maybe. Okay, fine. I'll put him in C. You guys are persuading me. Okay, to the starters. And we're going to start with a fun starter. We're going to start with, from downtown, Troy Brown. Troy Brown tonight started for Anthony Edwards. Played 29 minutes basically, was 3 of 6, 2 of 3 from 3, had 8 points. He was a team high, plus 20. Had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal. I mean, this is probably kind of close to what we expected, but maybe a little bit better. It's kind of like how I say a B is like it's what we expected and we liked you kind of a deal. Because like I do think he strikes me as somebody I was noticing tonight that defensively, when he's out on the 3-point line, like when he has to just like defend somebody like that, that's fine. But when he gets like deeper and he has to like defend off ball, it seems a little bit trickier. I don't know. But I do love him. You're being soft, the big boy. Troy A, TBJ was a B. I liked him. Give a B. Love this man. B. I think. Gerald, this is the comment. He's a Vando who can shoot. I love it. That is true. I like that. Yeah, his hustle plays really do help. Wow. Yeah, I think he's a B. I think that's accurate. And I don't really have too much else to say other than he is a hustle guy. And I love that comment from Gerald about Vando. Like, that is kind of true. I mean, Vando was like the energy from Vando was insane. But this is like very good energy from a player, and we need this kind of energy because it energizes all of our other players, like Cat, like Ant. You know, I feel like a lot of the times both of them kind of need sparks at times to really get really motivated into the game. Um, and Vando was definitely that for us that one year. And now Troy Brown Jr. is doing that for us. So no Knicks ranking. He's up there. Knicks is up there. Um, but yeah, no, he's a solid player, super solid. And especially, yeah, when you can have him come off the bench and be a starter, like that's embarrassing, but good. That's good. Um, and I just want, it's the same as Towns. I want him to take more and more threes because I know in the early beginning of the season it didn't look good. But it at this point, I feel like we should he should be better now. So, anyways, cool. Who's up next? Oh, we're on the starters already, but we are going to let's do Mike Conley. Mike Conley taking all of his shots from three, 6 shots. He made 2 of them. Got to the line once. He had 7 assists, 2 steals, 8 points. I feel like we just have all these players that get the weirdest stat lines ever. And this is definitely one of those. Yeah, I guess I'd probably say, what is Mike Conley? Bite. Mason. Bite time. Mason says C maybe. Yeah, this is probably a C. Not that I disliked it, but it's like this is pretty on par with what I expect. He was kind of a non-factor in a lot of ways, but he did have some lobs. That's right. C, Nah is an A1. Oh, we're not to Nah yet. Sorry, you made me. C or B, C. I think we're all on the same page. I think he's probably a C tonight. And it's not that we disliked him. I know I say that C is average and we didn't like you, but it's just like you didn't do anything exceptional. So I think C is fair. Wow, strong opinions on C for him. Cool. Keep it up though, Mike Conley. I want more threes because I'm just this believer in your threes. I don't know why. I'll keep doing it. All right. Next up. We're not going to do Nah next. Well, let's do Rudy. Rudy Gobert. As I mentioned, possible MVP candidate. Maybe. I mean, I know Ant's the one in the running right now for it from the Timberwolves. I think Ant is at plus 2,500 and Carl is at like plus 4,000 or something like that. But Rudy is not even on that. This was a fantastic game. Revenge game. 6 of 11. I mean, obviously, these are all pretty close lob dunks and stuff like that. 15 points, 13 rebounds, 3 blocks. I mean, he's the defensive player of the year. But maybe more. I mean, like this is, it's crazy because this is almost what we're expecting out of him now. But there's just no way I can give him a B or C. I have to give him an A. It has to be an A. I don't think it can be A1. I mean, I think if we could have connected on some of those lobs at the end there where we were like trolling, that could have been interesting. But no, this was an A game from him, and he's just been. It's just crazy. Last season we really were kind of down on him a little bit. I mean, like of course we had belief that it would get better over time, and it did get better over time. But yeah, it's just great to see. But yeah, and Petty Machete, he's number 1 in defensive player of the year, like betting right now. So it's definitely possible. Brecken Larson, welcome to the show. TBJ is our Torian Prince this year. That's a good comp. I like that. That is a good comp. Rudy rebounds, second chance. Yeah, the second chance points are amazing. Mike Main, welcome to the show. I think I've seen you here before. Do you have the tier list from previous game saves? No. So I don't have them like saved. They're in the streams, so we could just screenshot it at the end of every one. But we don't. So if somebody wants to do that for us, that would be awesome. But I don't know if I'm going to be doing that anytime soon because I got other jobs outside of this. But maybe if I get some time, I can try to do that. Is this prime Rudy? Honestly, I kind of think it is. I think it is. It's crazy, but I think that's accurate. So we'll see. A for Rudy though. All right. On to Karl Anthony Towns and Nickeil Alexander Walker. Let's do Karl Anthony Towns first. And before we do that, first off, thank you all for watching today. We still have to finish up the tier list and look forward to a couple of more games, but I just appreciate you all showing up and showing support, liking the stream, becoming members. We've had some super stickers like Jarvis yesterday, sent a bunch of stuff. I really appreciate it. So if you're new here, you don't have to become a member, but if you could like the stream, that would be super helpful. Subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000. Once we get to 1,000, we're going to do a jersey giveaway again. So I appreciate you all. But anyways, Karl Anthony Towns, a good game from Karl Anthony Towns in a needed good game. I mean, we didn't have Ant. So 36 minutes, he was 12 of 22. He almost tripled his shots from last game. He took 7 shots from 3 and made 4 of them. What have we been saying for so many shows now, so many years now? Crazy. 4 or 5 from the line. He had 32 points. I think 4 turnovers, and at least 3 of them were in the last 2 minutes. Or no, 2 of them were, because 2 of them happened in the first quarter when he has 2 first fouls. He only ended with 3 fouls, which is really surprising considering he had 2 fouls at the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. 11 rebounds, 5 assists, some crazy assists too. 2 steals, a block. I mean, he kind of did everything. Did he have some straight voltage? Yeah. I think I'm going A. And I'm seeing some B's in the comments. I don't think it's A1 though. A1 I'm not close to A1. A1 would be, I mean, you really have to be like insane for it to be A1. And I don't think this was an insane game from Cat. I think we still saw some of the things that we get concerned about, but in general, I mean, this was a great game. I mean, 12 of 22, that's insane. I mean, he shot 55% from the field, 57% from 3, and hit 4 or 5 free throws, all while doing a double-double and having a steal and 2 blocks, or vice versa. That's crazy. It was bumpy at times, but in general, this was good. I'm happy with this game. And I could nitpick forever. I'm trying to be nicer to Towns. Ashwin told me I had to be nice to Towns. So I'm trying. But yeah, no, this was a good game. This was a good game from Towns. And I was a little initially worried because it was like, man, we just got to take care. Like, John Collins is letting us do anything. But no, this was a fantastic game from Towns. So good game, Towns. Yeah, especially after those. And then he did have minimal voltage. Troy Brown Jr. is like Torian Prince, but also a good rebounder. Prince was actually kind of bad on rebounds occasionally. He was kind of like back and forth a little bit. But okay, on to the last player, maybe the player of the night, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And if you have not watched the game and not looked at a box score yet, prepare yourself for what you're about to hear, okay? 4x5 alert. And I don't just mean like 5-5-5-5. Nickeil Alexander-Walker was 8 of 16 from the field tonight, 4 of 8 from 3. He had 20 points, 5 steals, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 blocks. I mean, that is like
Nickeil Alexander from got gorilla nuts.
Insane. It's insane. I know that's really quiet, but that's insane. It's A1, as everybody's saying in the chat. The stats are bonkers. When have you heard a Timberwolves player have stats like that? Like, you needed that today too, because like, you're down Ant and like that hurts. So to have Nah and Cat go off like this, it was a guaranteed win. So crazy. Did he have a 5x4? He had a 4x5. Or am I saying that wrong? He had 4 stat categories of 5. Am I saying this right? I don't know. I'm breaking my brain trying to say this. But this is a crazy, crazy game from him. He did have 4 personal fouls, but like he was out there for 36 minutes. And he's like one of our primary defenders. Nah is back. We were worried about him the first couple games of the season, but he's back. This is the Nah that we want. I just love it. It's crazy. It's crazy. The word of the night for me, apparently. Amazing. And no Jaden, no J-Mac, nobody else. That was it. Kind of was hoping to see some Garza. Didn't get any Garza, but that's probably okay. We tried to put him out there for 10 seconds. But and actually, Brecken Nikhil A1 for those behind the back passes. Carl Anthony Towns is rubbing off on people for the wrong ways. But I'll say, doing the behind the back passes when we were doing them tonight is appropriate. Like when we're doing them in the fourth quarter up by 20, that's appropriate time to do it. And that's a good time to do it. You want to have the fans have fun. It's just that when you're doing it in the first quarter and you're down 10, that's when it's not acceptable. Was he mad at it? I didn't even see this, Sabrina. Was he mad at the end? There was one that was egregious at the end. But it was the one to Rudy, I think, that he didn't work out. But oh man, that's funny. Cool. Nikhil Alexander Walker. Awesome. Well, upcoming schedule. Let's get to it. Let me pull it up here. We've got some easy games. Easy, I should say. Let's look. So Saturday is against the Hornets. Do we play Saturday? Yes, Saturday. Oh, no, it's an afternoon game. It's an afternoon game. We play at 12 p.m. Central Time in Charlotte. Is this a guaranteed loss? Is this a guaranteed loss? I don't love this. But then it says Wednesday and Friday next week. I thought it was Tuesday and Thursday next week. I guess it's Wednesday, Friday. But yes, Spurs Wednesday, Grizzlies Friday. Both of those are regular games. And then the Pels. That's a pretty good stretch. I mean, obviously you would anticipate us winning at least 3 of those 4 games. And if we can win 3 of 4, that's amazing. Right now we're 14-4. We're still first place in the West. Feels good. When will Ant come back? Great question. First off, just accept the L trap game on Saturday. No, Jared, I don't know. It says 12 p.m. Central. So we'll see. But June, when will Ant come back? Finch today said that he didn't anticipate it being very long. So hopefully, I think he even said something about possibly Ant playing on Saturday. If Ant plays on Saturday, then maybe then we're fine. But I always kind of worry about any afternoon game. I'm not a huge fan. I forgot. We got to pull up Timberwolves Brazil. Let's see Timberwolves Brazil. Okay, yeah, this is looking interesting right off the bat. So let me share this. Oh, but I don't want it to be that big. Here, we're just going to do this. Okay. Share this tab. Okay, can I do this? What does this do? Yeah, sure, whatever. Okay. And oh yeah, I got to play the sound. How do they find these videos? Are they just searching like weird wolf videos or something? Is there like some subreddit that they're finding all this stuff in? Like, how do you just like know to find this? Or how do you have this like locked and loaded in your phone? Because you're a psychopath. I love you, Timberwolves Brazil, but this is psychopath behavior. Okay. There we go. Added my own flair to it. There is an answer to that question, but I don't want to say it because it will demystify it for everyone. Yeah, let's not demystify it. No. Keep it a mystery. Ugh. Okay. Well, Target Center has become difficult to play in. 9-1 at home. That's crazy. That's crazy. Target Center is building a culture. Certainly as Gerald runs Timberwolves Brazil. Gerald, if you run Timberwolves Brazil, you're wild. You're wild. Oh, man. Well, that is take 5. Yep. Get some culture. And it's Jazz. Oh, I didn't even put that together that it was actually Jazz. I'm so dumb. This is a brilliant post. I mean, every post that they do is brilliant, but crazy. Okay. Well, that might be it tonight. Wow, that was way too fast of a show. When I do it by myself, there's nobody else to talk. And actually, I'm realizing I don't know if I can do a show on Saturday because if it's really at 12 o'clock, I work on Saturdays. I don't think I can. I might not be able to. We'll see. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you ring the bell to have notifications on. And I guess this works. This ending the stream. If you care about Thursday night football, it's right at the fourth quarter just began, so you can go watch Thursday night football. Is it really 4 Central? Maybe I'm just looking at the Timberwolves app. If it's 4 Central, it's 4 Central. I'm crazy. I'm doing the math backwards because I'm in Seattle, so I was doing it backwards. For me, it's 2 o'clock. That's too early though. I still might not be able to do it. We'll see. We'll see how it works. But anyways, I appreciate you all. Ring the bell for Anthony Hollis. By the way, I'm hoping to do another giveaway here soon. I just can't do giveaways every single day. So we will do some eventually, especially once we get to 1,000, we definitely got to do some giveaways. I've got some merch coming too that I'm testing. That'll be coming here very shortly. And yes, Mason, I thought you were Nightbot for a second. If you don't subscribe, Cole Aldrich will visit your home. Now that's something worth subscribing for. We're up to 743. If you're still watching this either live or after the fact and you haven't subscribed, get us to 750. If we get to 750, that would be amazing. But cool. Another good job, moderator. Jazz can have fun with all the picks. Yes. And we do have some merch. I'm working on it. I just want to get it to our home to make sure that it's not like wildly terrible. If you want to test it, though, there is a link for us. Cool. Anyways, I'm blabbing on. I'm trying to get to 40 minutes, I guess. But 52 wins. Still very possible. And intro's the outro. That's how we do it around here. If you haven't already, the Ant funny video is already at like 25,000 views or something crazy. It's wild. It's insane. Drop a like on it. But anyways, it's great to see you all. Have a good night. And I may see you Saturday. If not, I'll see you next Wednesday. Enjoy the in-season tournament. And I'll see you next time. See ya.